Evening guys, welcome to another video. So we have another boneyard project. Now I realise that I already have two boneyard projects which I haven't shown finished on the channel yet. So I realise I need to finish those first. However, I kind of pulled the trigger on something else to have as a boneyard project. Mainly because it was cheap and I've messed with them before, so I kind of know what to expect. So what we've got coming to the channel is a TTI, otherwise known as a Taran Tactical Innovations Glock 34, made famous by obviously the John Wick films. Now this, I've no idea what it is. However, I figured it out. It's a double bell Glock. People who don't know, double bell, basically, it is a Tokimarui clone, but just not made to super high standards. I had one a while back, actually, and it was actually pretty good. It worked really well. It just looked a bit rough and ready. And that's kind of what we've got going on here at the moment. I've already spotted a couple of problems, which I think you guys might have already spotted as well. But we'll just run around the pistol so you can see what's what with it at the moment and see what kind of condition I've got it in. So we've got a hand stippled frame by the looks of things. From what I understand, they come like this. So you can see it is a sort of Gen 3 style frame. We can see from the magazine release being a Gen 3. We've got some cuts here for obviously aiding releasing the magazine. We've got an undercut as well, which is very rough, not been polished or anything. We've got some stippling on the end here, and we've also got some stippling further up here as well. Magazine-wise, it has an extended mag. It is TTI traded. It has this large base plate on it. Now, this valve here, I'm certain this is not a factory valve. This looks like an aftermarket valve of some description. So what I'm going to go through in a minute is what the problem is with this, and then we'll talk about this at a later stage. But to charge the magazine, you have to push this little pin down. You can slide this off the end, and then there's how you fill your magazine from there. Obviously slide this back on, push that in to lock it. The pistol itself, we can see, has a gold outer barrel with no markings on it at all, which gave me the impression straight away this was a double bell. You can see there's some quite heavy scoring and marks on the top of the outer barrel there. We've got a fibre optic front sight. The rear sight is, it's really, that's the rear sight that's in backwards. So that gives me already confidence that someone has not obviously touched this whatsoever, because the sight would be fitted that way around at factory, right? So, basically we know someone's been in here already. So I know I bought it as a boneyard, so I know someone's been messing with it. So ideally, we like to find these without them being messed with, but we get what we're given. Now at the moment, it cycles, hand cycles, and actually hand cycles quite nicely. Let's just drop the slide forwards. We can see here's our slide assembly. You can see what I mean about double bell. Notice it's just all, cast parts that are not finished in any way, shape or form. They're just, not even painted. All of the slides are cast. There's very little machining on here. And you can just about make out in the light here, there's a little bit of swirling from what looks like it's been machined out. But if I'm honest with you, I suspect that's probably from the mould from when it's been made, because these are not normally CNC'd at all. We have a threaded outer barrel, stock recoil spring from what it seems, standard blowback unit. This all looks kind of normal. On the lower, again, all looks pretty stock. You can see what I mean about double bell. They don't tend to paint their parts here. They just sort of leave them in the raw. It does have what appears to be some kind of hammer bearing, but we can see it's sort of coming off here at the moment. There is a pin going through there as well, so whether that's stock or not, I don't know. My last double barrel didn't have it like that, so I could be wrong, but I believe that is potentially aftermarket. So there we go, there's the lower. Nothing else to really tell you about that. So you're obviously wondering why it's boneyard. So let's put it back together. So the reason why it's boneyard is because if we put the magazine in, we crack the slide and we pull the trigger, it does that. So obviously we've got something amiss here. Like I said, from this sight being in backwards, it wouldn't have come from the factory like that, so someone has definitely messed with it somewhere. Whether or not it started messing up and they've tried to fix it, or whether it's, I don't know, someone's been changing parts in it and then put it back to stock, I don't know. So obviously what we're going to have to do is take this apart and see what's what inside. That will be for the next video. I thought I'd just introduce you guys to it so you can see what's coming up on the channel. Again, I've said that this valve here, I'm certain is not factory. I've had a double barrel before and that was not like that. This magazine I do believe to be a factory magazine though. Notice it's not like the WEs, it does have these extra cuts on the sides here like the TM, which like I said, this is a TM clone. It's not like the WEs, which are sort of an adapted version of the TM system. It is genuinely just a TM that's been cloned. So that's one of our other boneyard builds coming to the channel. What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments what you think the problem might be. I think I've already got a bit of an idea, but we're not going to know until we really dive into it, which is not going to be this video. But I'm keen to see what you guys think. Just a quick video today showing you around another boneyard I've got to fix. All these boneyard projects I'm doing seem to be really popular with you guys. And it works really well for me because personally, when I look at anything, I always look at boneyard stuff first because I like to tinker. So this will be something that I'll be doing more and more on the channel. So let me know what you'd like me to do with this. I might just fix it and leave it as is, or should we do something different with it? You know, I'd quite like to sort of partially polish the slide maybe. Maybe change the outer barrel. We could turn into a full build. We could do something else with it. We could mirror polish the slide. Maybe do some more stippling and cuts on the frame. Change out the trigger perhaps. Maybe change the internals. So let me know what you think. Anyway guys, I'll see you again soon. Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.